imagine someone turned to you right now and asked for the cube root of 5,832.
Well, if you're like all of us, your answer probably, no doubt, would be dead wrong. Today, a group of Dallas elementary students took on math educators from several North Texas colleges using problems just like that. The educators even got to use calculators. Students who didn't still had the right answers.
90250.
So what you guys got? 902500. That's what I get.
It's interesting, all of the students came up with correct answers more quickly than the educators. At the end of the 1996 school year, 13 of those 20 students were promoted from first grade straight to the third grade.
A lot of parents would love to have an exceptional child who excels academically and can cope with advanced learning skills.
A dozen children at a low-performing Dallas school showed some of those exceptional abilities last year and were double promoted to the third grade.
For Americans, math has never been a favorite subject.
What's next?
Okay, are you ready to be embarrassed by some 8-year-olds?
I'm going to give these calculators to the side that is the most disadvantaged.
Dr. Miles Jones, a Dallas teacher, decided to conduct an experiment. The parents and teachers were given calculators, and the students were armed with only pen and paper.
Ready? 55 squared.
The students were ringing in with their answers before some of the grown-ups could even figure out how to work their calculator.
That's the on-off switch right there.
So you're saying to yourself, whiz kids, right? Child prodigies. They're average kids from average schools who've learned the skills to mental math that make them faster than a calculator.
When we get to the harder ones, we'll do them on paper, okay? 70 times 70. No, just call it out.
Dr. Jones has developed a system to make mathematics less problematic.
They know these. Now, there is a calculation involved.
It's just so amazing. It really took me by surprise.
What is 655 squared?
429025.
But no one was more surprised than me when I thought I had stumped 8-year-old Martha Garcia.
Am I wrong or is she right?
Did you do it right?
Let's try again. What did I say?
I learned a very valuable lesson in math.
655.
If you learn the shortcuts, mental math isn't that difficult.
What was your answer?
And I learned that calculators are only as smart as the people working
I
them.
entered it wrong.
Jeff Crilly, Fox 4 News.
Jones has a wall full of degrees and certificates to back up his approach, including a PhD.
There are 3 steps to educational success. Number 1, stop blaming failure on the kids, their families, their poverty, their race. There's nothing wrong with the children. Number 2, stop blaming it on the teachers either. The truth is that teachers do exactly what they're contracted to do. Give them an effective curriculum and they'll give you 4 times the results. Number 3, the problem is really in the system. With more effective methods and materials, we can have a phenomenal educational system for all children.
Who is Dr. Jones? Dr. Jones is a specialist in accelerated learning. As a top industry consultant in Europe, he studied total quality management. Then, after serving overseas, training U.S. and allied military officers, he returned to the U.S. to go into inner-city schools as a classroom teacher. The results are legendary. Dr. Jones has now left his position as an assistant professor of education to devote himself to the development of the rapid learning materials that he has created.
Every American is concerned with the crisis in education. It reminds me of 2 carpenters arguing whether you should build a house with a hammer or a saw. Meanwhile, the house is not getting built. There are 2 types of skills in education: basic skills and higher order thinking skills. Basic skills are phonics in reading and math operations such as addition and multiplication. Higher order thinking skills are reading comprehension and problem solving, for example. Super math and super reading concentrate on the most essential skills, basics first. Basic skills are the key to future success in higher order thinking. We then build rapid calculation and speed reading skills upon this foundation. Mastery is best done early, rapidly, and systematically. When learners can do something well, they take pleasure in it. On the other hand, a continued lack of success may lead to reading or math phobia. Accelerated learning, on the other hand, asks for a lot of effort from the students. But we go to extraordinary lengths to ensure that they can win the challenge that they've taken on. Students respond with enthusiasm to super math and super reading. Math is fun, and seeing a young child mentally calculate faster than a math professor with a calculator in his hand is something not to be missed. The confidence and motivation this creates in the learner's psyche is priceless. Highly skilled professions require students willing to do the academic heavy lifting to prepare themselves. But U.S. graduate university programs in mathematics, for instance, are now predominantly filled with students educated in other countries. And how wonderful that they can achieve a piece of the American dream. But why is there so little of the American dream left for children educated here? For the sake of our children and our nation, we need to set our sights higher.
The Super Reading program begins with Threshold to Reading for children 3 years and up. It teaches all the sounds and letters needed to read English, long and short vowels, diphthongs, and digraphs. Kids learn in a fun and easy way all the basics needed to cross the reading threshold. In the elementary activity kit, students break into reading with a primer, big books, phonics and grammar posters, and activity cards in a carefully calibrated sequence that accelerates reading progress by 3 to 5 times. The follow-on books are illustrated classics of literature on book and cassette in English, Spanish, or bilingual versions, building up to the speed reading course, which uses speeded speech on tape plus text to enhance comprehension of the classics and triple reading speed or more.
Matrix Math teaches numbers, counting, addition, and subtraction to children 3 to 6 years old. Both Super Math Computation 1 and 2 come with a text, 120 videotape lessons, posters, answer sheets, copy masters, and various activity cards. Math Computation 2 is for children who can multiply and divide. They will master the basics and go on to advanced math techniques.
To prepare them for the following algebra and geometry modules. Math Applications 1 and 2 teach word problems, real-life use of mathematics, and test-taking skills. Follow-on modules will eventually include SAT and ACT preparation. One of the secrets of the success of Jones's Geniuses is the Super Memory Program, a dynamic method of multiplying memory and study skills. The extensively illustrated, carefully sequenced materials make memory for names, numbers, and concepts easy and effective, even for children. The numerous educational games that go with the Super Math, Super Reading, and Super Memory courses make learning subjects like calculation, chemistry, history, geography, and SAT preparation more fun than work.